I am going to build an entire paid workshop funnel in 2 to 5 minutes. We're going to go from idea to ready to accept payment. So landing page, order form, confirmation page, confirmation email, everything done, ready to go. And I'm not even going to press a button. I'm not even going to log into my website to do it. And I think you're going to want to stick around, because what I'm about to show you, I genuinely believe is going to change how creative founders ship things forever. And I'm going to do this live without a net, so stick around, because it may blow up in my face, but I'm pretty confident this is going to work. We're going to put my robot, my AI assistant, Larry, into work to doing it. And while he's working in the background, you're going to be able to watch him do it. But instead of just watching the bot working, I'm going to talk about some of the principles, particularly behind why this works and how this works, because I'm going to prove to you that everyone has been thinking about using AI wrong. If you don't know who I am, my name is Ross O'Loughlin, former engineer turned business creativity coach, and I help founders become creative motherfuckers so they can make more money than ever and have more fun than ever, making awesome, remarkable work that they love to make and that other people love to buy. Instead of just yapping on, we're just going to demonstrate it live. And I want to introduce you to my AI assistant, Larry. Now, Larry lives in my Discord. He's an instance of OpenClaw. But what Larry's going to do is he's going to actually do all the work. I'm not going to have to log in or do a single thing. Now, to prove that this is a live without a net, I have nothing pre-prepared. There's nothing inside the box kind of demonstration. We're going to use Grok to just come up with a random topic idea, and then we're going to take that and we're going to feed that to Larry, my AI assistant. So if we go over to Grok here and we say to Grok, hey, can you give me a random topic for a paid workshop? And we're just going to ask Grok to come up with that idea. And then we're going to have it come back, prompt engineering mastery, turning every perfect. So we're just going to take this, and then we're going to head over to Larry and we're going to say, hey, I want you to create a workshop on this. Hey Larry, can you create a brand new paid workshop funnel, low ticket workshop funnel for me for the following topic? Make it $1 because I'm going to purchase it, and make it give it a clear workshop date that's going to be happening in the future, because this is going to be a live paid workshop. And so we'll just paste that in there, and then we're going to give him here, and there we go. And so as you can see here, this is starting at 3:16, and we're going to let this run in the background here. I'm just going to basically come in here and turn off my big, whoops, wrong one, turn off my big head. And we're going to let that record. Now, while Larry's working away on the screen here, we'll keep him up just so we can see him work and see when he's done. I want to quickly unpack why I think this is going to be one of the biggest innovations, and why I genuinely believe this is going to change how founders ship forever. Not just this innovation about how to ship the low ticket funnel, but what that kind of represents. Because my belief is the more time founders spend in creative flow, the more exciting, interesting, awesome things that they ship, and then that just attracts so many more clients, whether it's low ticket workshops, lead magnets, videos. Anytime you have a founder who's in flow creating stuff that they love to make, and they're making it for an audience that is, looking for solutions to their problems, it just ends up with more money in the bank. So the question becomes, how do you keep or put the founder in flow? Now, to get founders in flow, we have to understand what stops them from being in flow. Now, how I like to illustrate this is with this little image here, where we've got a founder and we've got a table with a laptop. And the table with the laptop just represents the creative act, them sitting down to ship something. Now, my theory, my belief is that all creative founders enjoy the creative process when they're working on something that they enjoy working on. And there is a natural attractive force for them to ship stuff. If everything was equal, they would naturally engage with the act. But if they're not engaging with the act, it's because there has to be an opposite, equal, or larger force pushing them away from the act, right? Now, Stephen Pressfield, amazing author, calls this the resistance. And I think that's a really apt name to represent what it is. I love Pressfield's stuff, but I think he does get some stuff wrong in the sense that he kind of articulates the resistance as this universal force, and it's kind of a singular thing that's trying to dominate the creator and the artist from doing their thing. I don't find that useful, and I've seen that narrative, that idea, be a little overpowering for people, where they're almost feel victimized and oppressed by this force that they just can't grapple with. Where my perspective is, as an engineer, if you're trying to affect a system in mechanics, you need to isolate what are the forces in the system and then tackle them one at a time, rather than thinking the whole system has one force. It's much more productive and effective to figure out, well, what's the singular force stopping this thing from being put into motion? Because once something's in motion, it has momentum, and often that momentum is enough to carry that object through. But if it's not able to start, it's going to stay stuck. Most people think, okay, I'm experiencing some resistance when it comes to sitting down to write an email or shipping the thing. And it's just a felt experience of like, ugh, I don't want to do that, or you're avoiding it. And that's great. That's a sign that you're experiencing some resistance. But if you want to find where the actual friction is, the 3 phases of creativity is an amazing tool. Now, it looks like Larry's actually done, but before we dive into and look at his results, I just want to quickly wrap up this by explaining the 3 phases of creativity so that you can understand why what he's working on is such a big deal. The 3 phases are essentially the 3 parts of the process that the founder has to go through to create something. And those are essentially before, during, and after the creative act. Meaning during would be considered, if you're writing an email, it's the actual writing of the email itself. Whereas before would be, do you have an idea to write about? That's a great example of a before phase point of friction versus a during phase, which might be that as you're writing it, you're spending 2 hours editing that thing because you're experiencing a lot of internal resistance around perfectionism, as an example. Whereas the after phase is any resistance that and friction you're experiencing once the thing is done, and now it's time to get that thing out. And that's exactly why I think what Larry's working on right now is going to be such a game changer. Because in my experience, I have so many clients and they want to do more stuff, but they don't want to have to deal with all of the bullshit in the after phase that's required to take the idea and the copy and the stuff that they've written and get it on pages and connect all the forms and all that stuff. Like, they have entire team members they hire just to deal with that nonsense. And even then, the interaction with the team becomes a big drag and stops them from just putting themselves in flow. So it looks like Larry's done. Let's check in on him. It is now 3:18 and it is done. So if we come in here, just turn my head on just a little bit. 3:18 and it is done. So we can come in here and we can look at Larry's page, visit page. We're gonna have to switch over here to Chrome. And you can see this is a full workshop page, registration page, done. Now, to be super clear, I'm not going to be using this workshop. I am not going to be using this copy. Although if I was doing something on prompt engineering mastery, I would certainly be looking and idea mining these bullets to see if there's anything interesting in here that gives me some exciting ideas. But you can certainly just see here how quickly it was able to produce the page itself. Now, it is taking a lot of inspiration from my registration pages, everything down as it's been trained to do for my own ones, everything down from the way we do the title to the subheads, etc., and the curiosity bullets. You got the money back guarantee, and here you can see it is a live workshop that is going to be happening April 24th at 12 p.m. And then here's what you get, all the bits and pieces. Now, it's made up a lot of that stuff, and that's fine. Again, demonstrative purposes only. But if we click through here, you can see this is an order form, and this is ready to take cash, and we are going to fill it out right now. So if I come in here and I just fill this out, and we put in here the various bits and pieces of the details, you will not see this because I do not need you to be understanding the billing address and all that stuff. So I'll blur this out. But we're going to do the address here, and then we're going to go postal code. And we're going to be using an actual credit card because this is not on test mode. This is going to be fully on live mode. And then it's going to be that. Awesome. So we are ready to complete the order, which we will do. We will hit complete and live without an S. Hopefully this does not cause any issues. But there we go. Through to the confirmation page, styled and customized. Welcome to Prompt Engineering Mastery. You are in. The order has been received. Here's what happens next. The data advantage starts now. The difference between people who get generic AI output and people who get genuinely useful work product isn't the tool, it's the prompt architecture. So it has customized the messaging. It has looked at my confirmation page template and it has updated it based on the language and the promise of the offer that I fed into it, which for me is brilliant because I don't have to, just to be super clear, how I would actually be using this is I would write the copy for the registration page and say, here's the copy and the promise for this workshop I want to do. Please create the page for this. And I would give it the bullets and the details and all that stuff. And then it would create the template or create from the template, fill in my copy, but then it's going to update the order form with relevant and interesting details necessary for it to work well. And then it's going to update the confirmation page with specifics about what the promise of the workshop is going to be. So if we go look back at the order form, you can see here, it's register. Let me blow this up a little bit so you can see it. Register for the live workshop Thursday, 24th at 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. You can see here on the left, it took some of the deliverables that it said was going to be on the workshop, and it's after putting them in the sidebar here. Very nice, right? It's got some testimonials on the left here. We got a nice little money back guarantee to just reduce anxiety right before they're getting ready to hit the complete order button. And then the order form obviously works great. And if we go over here to my emails, you can see here is the actual receipt from Stripe that was powered by Stripe. Let me just make sure we can see that properly. Here's the genuine receipt for the $1 charge that just went through. So I literally just paid myself, which is totally fine for the purposes of demonstration. But more specifically, we can come in here and we can see that we just got a confirmation email. Congratulations. Delighted you'll be joining us inside my latest workshop, Prompt Engineering Mastery. Your prompt architecture upgrade is on its way. See you April 24th. Workshop is happening and then the dates are here. It's giving me the date in Eastern time, Pacific time. And you can see here, this is the full delivery email that has been triggered on purchase, sent from my CRM, Active Campaign. I literally just span up a workshop from scratch and took payment within like 5 minutes. That workshop was shipped in about 2 minutes. Now, again, to re-emphasize, I do not want it writing the copy for me. But what I don't want to have happen is having the copy ready to go or having the idea for the thing ready to emerge and then having to send the idea off to the team and they have to create all the pages. I just want to get the idea, get the page up and start writing about that thing so I can get the ideas out to the marketplace, have the conversation around those ideas emerge with feedback from the market, and then sell that mofo, right? And have energy come into the business. Now, if that's something that you'd like to do in your business, if you'd like to have the ability to ship your own funnels, low ticket workshops or low ticket products, or even a webinar, right? Anything like that. If you'd like the ability to just be able to go, please publish this stuff so I can just get to writing the email and start making some money, go below the video. I'm gonna have a link there for a new thing that I'm putting together, a new case study group called Campaign Flow, where I will essentially help you build your own versions of this, and we'll do everything from figuring out what are the offers that you want to be making, like ideally, like how many offers would you like to make a month in a dream come true world where you don't have to deal with all the BS that we've just kind of been talking about eliminating in this video. What would that look like? And then from there, we'll figure out, okay, which one will we do first? And how do we build out the system from the pages to the forms, to the automations, all that stuff, so that when you're ready to rock, you just press a button and that thing is ready to go in like 5 to 10 minutes. Now, Larry was able to do it here in about 2 minutes. I think that's super cool. Like it might take 5, 10 depending on circumstances, but like you're ready to go quick is the point, right? There's a little variability. If you want the ability to be able to do it in 2 to 5 to 10 minutes, check out the video because we'll build it out one at a time so that you're able to just put yourself in flow, start writing about what you want to offer to people so you can start bringing customers into your business when inspiration strikes. I think it'd be a great, very useful for you. So go below the video, check it out, and stick around. Watch some of the other videos we have on the channel for conversion engineering to help unlock more of your own creative motherfuckery.